I should shut the door. That's what.
You are busy. Last fall I said I'm not doing anything I don't like to do. I'm only doing things I love. Well, it was a great theory. And then Christmas, they started like cutting our classes. Your classes are low and low. Cut. Or other different things that I don't like to do. I like what I do. I feel like I can't justify quilting at work. So it's the next try. Last fall, I was like, I'm gonna teach kids to sew on this call for my job. Have a good day.
Hi, kids.
Hello.
So, welcome to Poets and Pints number 93. That's right, it's our 93rd show. September is 100. I'm not going to let anybody forget that. On your tables, you have business cards as well as little tents on the table. We are a nonprofit. We're part of the League of Minnesota Poets, Cracked Walnut. To be more specific, it's a local chapter of the League of Minnesota Poets, one of two. And so if you want to donate, go on there. But also, if you go to crackedwalnut.com/books, we have an anthology that's on pre-order right now where it's going to feature poets from the first 2 years, because right now, this month, we're celebrating 8 years in existence. So yeah, that's amazing. So we have a lot of incredible poets in that book, and also me. And so buy that book. It's $15 if you're going to pick it up. It's $19 if you want us to ship it to you. But again, you go to crackedwalnut.com/books and you can buy it there or pre-order it there. It'll come out in September. So please do that. But I'm not going to stay up here too much longer because I'm not the host tonight. Tonight we have a wonderful host, Black Pearll Warren, and she's going to tell you what tonight's all about.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Cracked Walnut, Poets and Pints, and Cypress Brewery for hosting this wonderful event that I've had the privilege of participating in. Once a month, I've come down here a couple of times, and it has been good. And there have been a lot of amazing artists that have graced the stage. And tonight, we're honoring Black History Month. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. I woke up Black this morning and yesterday, the day before that, for the last couple of years. It's been the thing, you know. So we're going to celebrate that. We're going to celebrate Black History Month, and I have some amazing artists that will be coming to the stage this evening. For time's sake, I'm gonna give you guys just a 1-minute piece. It's entitled "This Is Not Poetry." See, I really wasn't looking, but I found what's raptured my voice, lyrically sound. That raspy sensation sent an earthquake vibrations, releasing what spores my soul's inspiration. Your energy, it fills me, and your zeal propels me. With breath I inhale thee, and though many have failed me, my words have never let me down. See, I really wasn't looking, but I found what truly defines me deep down inside me. Some call it poetry, but I call it reality, because I find it pure simplicity, describing what you mean to me, allowing the articulation of what I think, feel, and see to manifest and not just exist. It's a gardener's delight, a production of what's right. No season, just rhyme with reason. See, I really wasn't looking, but it found me, and now through it, I'm free. Offense or defense, no reason to repent, because I enjoy being me. Forget the stereotypes and publicity. I write, eat, sleep, and breathe reality. And some people call that poetry. Thank you. So I feel that was a good way to start off, you know, Black empowerment, Black history, you know. We wake up as we are, you know, and we show up how we have to. And that's what it is. So I am going to bring the first artist up to the mic. A wonderful sister who I've met and had the privilege of, going back and forth with. Met her here at Poets and Pints, and Tony actually connected us. And I've been waiting to hear her work. Her name is Dralandra, and she is a spoken word artist, a healer, community leader based in the Twin Cities. Her passion for poetry was influenced by soulful sounds of R&B from artists like Lauryn Hill, India Arie, Mary J. Blige. She describes her poetry as rhythmic, genuine, and self-liberating. By the age of 14, she began performing at venues across the city, including competing in the poetry slam competitions. Through creative arts, her mission is to cultivate space that leads to radical self-love, liberation, and healing. To support her work, visit her social media at DRALANDRATHEWRITER, Dralandra the Writer 22, for the debut release of her blog, Revealing is Healing, in April 2023. Without further ado, clap her all the way to the stage.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Happy Black History Month. Thank you so much, Poets and Pint, and particularly Tony, for having me here, for giving me the stage and time to showcase my work. So thank you so much. The first poem that I'm going to do is called I'm Black. And this is the poem that I'm most known for. It's the poem that everyone kind of like asks me about whenever I'm out in the community. And so it's really a poem that's based on my culture and my heritage. So it's I'm Black. I'm Black. Blacker than you can understand. I come from goddesses who were their essence in the palms of their hands, always uplifting sisters like no other can. I wear the virtue, breathe life into my brothers like no other man. I am love and light. Come look into my sight and see my reflection. My brown-skinned mother gave birth to me, so I can give birth to a new generation of African queens who inspire to create meaningful inspiration. And I never embrace hatred. I got sister blood and soul all over my shoelaces. And if you tie those together, it reveal my true genes and my true nature. Right. Black like West African women with thick hips and full lips, like single mothers with tight fists, like fried eggs, cornbread, jollof rice, jerk chicken, fish chips, and grits, because this is soul food, child. Soul food. Black like coffee with no cream. Black like silent scream, Dr. King's I Have a Dream, Let Freedom Ring. I'm just black. Black enough to fight for civil rights. Black enough to reflect the light. Black enough to broadcast my pride like Sojourner Truth. Ain't thou a woman? Black enough so that when these words touch, they leave fingerprints on your very soul. So how black? Black enough so that when these words touch, they leave fingerprints on your very soul. Black from within. Ancestors who unlock the mystery that lies between Genesis and Revelations. Black enough to stick up like a sore thumb and represent a new nation. Black enough to spot and think before I speak. Black enough to absorb more than just heat. This is knowledge and wisdom. Understand me, see. I'm a proud African American, richness in my melanin, mocha skin, Kingsman. You know it's legit, because fight the powers in the blood of my heritage, with a little bit of civil rights, Assata Shakur, single black mothers in the struggle, hip hop, Tupac, Jay-Z is a hard knock, Motown, James Brown, James Baldwin, Huey, Colin Kaepernick, Trayvon Martin, Bell Hooks, Rita Moran, Sandra Bland, and Malcolm X would be the keeper to my brother man. See, when I pass on another individual, I'm so lovingly, so proudly, unapologetically say, baby, you're black, blacker than you will ever understand. Thank you. This next piece, I'm gonna do two more. So this next piece is called Love Yourself, a letter to love yourself. And it's very self-explanatory. Just really a poem about loving who you are and not apologizing for it. Love yourself. Do not believe in society's concept of beauty, because truly you are a masterpiece. Created by the master himself, God, you are beautiful. Your skin and bones, human, you're not made of metaphors. But your strength is fire. It's never ending. It doesn't burn out. Let no one hold your power. You're the queen, king of your tower. Breathe. So you found the strength to keep going. So hold on just a little longer. What doesn't kill you makes you a conqueror. You've got to be brave. David conquered your Goliath and slay. Just love yourself. And I'm not talking about if you buy a new pair of shoes with your fresh taper cuts or your brows on fleek, edges sleek, so you shared a tweet and now you're feeling yourself. I'm talking about heal yourself from the roots of your core. Because if you won't acknowledge who you truly are, then what is your purpose for? So it took society that made you feel like you're Black is not a boastful believer. And it took society that made you feel unsatisfied with the skin that you're in. Fall in love with your imperfections, your skin, smile, face, collarbones. You are a blessing. Don't second guess this, because I absolutely and definitely, wholeheartedly love me unconditionally. Do not believe in society's concept of beauty, because truly you are a masterpiece. Thank you. And this last piece I'm going to perform is called Coils, My Crown is My Garden. And this is a poem based on, it's an ode to African-American or Afro-textured hair. So I don't know if y'all are familiar with the law, the Crown Act. So the Crown Act prohibits hair discrimination. And so this poem is a response to that Crown Act. So Coils. Remember when India R. sung, "Don't need your silicone, I prefer my own, what God gave me is just fine. My kinks and coils don't need to be defined, sleeked nor greased. My afro grows and flows up and outwardly, stretching the laws of science, defying gravity. We are magical. And the world lives inside us, because our hair reflects God's nature. Like the texture of thick bark on trees, just hydrate our strands with rain, castor oil, cocoa butter, and baby, we smell like sweet honeybees. Our tresses are lovely and is phenomenally made beautiful. I was kissed by the king who nourished my roots in holy water down to the cuticle, the follicle. My crown is my garden. And each seed that I plant, the coil blossoms strong and abundantly beyond the white soil of embedded conditioning, taught to think that nappy is dreadful, to feel ashamed of 4C hair that can't be contained with their bobby pin. And so our sister locks don't bend to Western beauty conformity. As we rebel like Angela and march for peace, our curls and coils be dancing in the wind so boldly and free. Our magnificent hair was created to wonder and stare in orbit, stardust, and black infinity, for all to see that the standard is kinky and it's coily. Don't need just silicone, I prefer my own, what God gave me is just fine. So we sing the song like India Ari, because I am and will be naturally me. Thanks y'all so much.
Y'all give her another round of applause. That was beautiful. This is good. This is good. So I am going to bring up the next artist to the mic. I have known this poet for quite some time, and he is truly phenomenal. He is a spoken word artist, a comedian, an amazing father, community leader, and does a phenomenal job sharing the true of his heart on the microphone. And I have watched him grow and shape in that for over a decade. So without further ado, I will introduce you to Maurice Spokenwordz. Clap him all the way to the stage, y'all.
up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Y'all good?
Good.
You about to be. You about to be. It's good to be here. Thank you guys for having me. Pearl, everybody else. What up, bro? It's good to see you again, man. Oh man, that's family in here. It's good to be here. My energy is a little different. I'm gonna read a few. I don't do much talking because I don't waste my time. So. Let's do some poetry. The first one is it's called American Tales. I don't read this thing. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
We're good? All right. Cool. Myths and fables by yours truly, the government. They telling the population anything. We loving it. Times are hard for us right now because we didn't uphold our end of the covenant, so we live in these American tales. Man-made storms and chemtrails. Genetically modified food and the medical use of stem cells. They selling human organs at wholesale. I'm shook like the earthquake that targeted the Puerto Ricans, upset and confused like the family of Kanika Jenkins. They disgruntled because some don't stand for the flag. Sometimes they don't even stand for the flag, creating illusions, debating delusions. In a time when theories are facts, the truth, nah, don't come near me with that. But all you got to do is repent and come back. But I guess we too busy with being content, focused on seeing what's being spent. We only willing to help to a certain extent. So every day I give 100%. Being fooled by the lies is what I live to prevent, but now with the proper consent, the new world order is to implement. The evidence is as hard as cement. It's imminent in these falsified documents. These are myths and fables by yours truly, the government. They telling the population anything, and we love it. Times are hard for us because we didn't uphold our end of the covenant. So now we live in these American tales, man-made storms and chemtrails, genetically modified food and the medical use of stem cells. They selling human organs at wholesale. By the time the yokes of iron are removed, the history have been lost, paths have been crossed. Now they just drop the guns off in the impoverished communities and put us in jail at cost. Myths and fables by yours truly, the government. They telling the population anything, and we loving it. Times are hard for us right now because we didn't uphold our end of the covenant. So we live in these American tales, man-made storms and chemtrails, genetically modified food, and the medical use of stem cells. They selling human organs at wholesale. American tales. That's that big shout. This is from my mom. She died last month, so it's only right that I got to do this. She'll get me if I don't. I call it resilience. Resilience is impeccable with its approach. The results are dynamic, even iconic. You know, it's ironic how what we take for granted without understanding. See, I'm grateful to lay in your wombs for 9 months long, forever strong. So we repent for the Lord's law, which is salvation. And just as the scriptures, your love lives without interpretation. It's the truth. It just is. You taught me how to live life and spin the world right off its axis. In this world, I've seen people, I've seen things change, but you were the one person that always remained the same. You gave me life in this world. When my life was in a swirl, you would say, stand strong and tilt the world. And that ain't even half the story. Glory to the revelations of Matthew, Phyllis, my statue of motherhood. Forgive all. Your approach was brilliant. The outcome was resilience. You managed to stretch the fibers of life even in its roughness and bounce back with toughness. Your approach was brilliant. forgive and love, outcome, resilience. That's that picture.
Maybe I'll mess around a little bit. Y'all still alive?
Yeah.
No book this time, I promise. Tap in. Tap. By yourself?
Please,
Gotta give it to me.
please, please.
Have you ever felt like you were by yourself, accepting those gifts you could buy yourself? Why you telling me don't give up? Tell me to try yourself. But you're giving me this stay true speech, and all you do is lie yourself. So when death comes, I stare it in the face and wink my eye. And if you ever seen that movie I, Robot, I'm talking about the same wink that Will Smith talked in NS5. You see, my mom, she would say, baby, stay cool and relax when they dish you. But when you grab that microphone, you hit them with the same frustration and make them feel like they took a shit with no tissue.
Come on.
I keep telling myself that the odds are in my favor when really I just favor the odds. I'm giving hard labor to God. I wake up in the morning, give my neighbor a nod. Hopping on the train on the way to my job. I'm from the south side of Chicago every day, living is hard. You see, right now, we're living in the days where it's the ones that's closest to you, excuse my language, but then the motherfuckers that turn against you.
Come on.
I'm just sitting back thinking about all the shit that I done been through. I mean, you acting like I owe you. What? Because you did me a favor? Shit. People skip in on my life like an old CD player. Now you can look into my eyes and you can see that it's truth. Just listen to the words in the poetry. Let that be the proof. I'm out of time like Denzel. Out the window like Ezel. Out the window like Ezel. Y'all remember Friday, the movie? Remember that? And they wonder why I'm always writing and reciting. Doing my best to enlighten to the point of no return. You see, now it's my turn to take a shot at life. I'm solid as a rock in life, never stopped in life, because that's how I grew up. Now y'all gonna watch me and be like, damn, he took that concept and blew up. And just think if we do it together. But no one believes that we can do it together. So pay attention when I'm speaking. And for those who ain't listening, it's okay. You just scared because you know your soul I'm reaching. Weed reeking, knowledge teaching, eaching, every one of y'all. I'm just trying to take the words in this poetry and touch at least one of y'all. I'm trying to prosper, but sometimes y'all be bullshitting. I'm using my tools, sitting in that pool, sipping while these fools tripping. I'll be spicy like the hot sauce while these fakers be cool whipping. So from the days of the past to the evolution of the future, you see these niggas in the game now, they crave for the ass, and if you brave, they'll shoot you. Me, I found another circle. Voices from the hood tell me to stay off the block because these fools will still murk you, no matter what frame of mind. But God once told me that your feelings are the same as mine, so don't be ashamed to shine. I'm willing to take the blame if I'm not fulfilling my purpose. So I keep going strong and never think that the hard work is worthless. I stick with what's right because the sight of jail makes me nervous. Half of the time, our people, they don't be feeling the wrath of the mind. See, they be at the back, at the last of the line, while all of these presidents are making it to where disaster's divine. They're giving us roses, but it's thorns in the vine. Time to get a little revenge, like eyes put glass in master's food and he ate it because I cut it up real fine. Oh yeah, I got to put a little history in the rhyme. Sometimes I sit back and think to myself, if Stevie Wonder made beautiful music, is he really blind? See, the style be free. It makes me want to
grab a picket sign and go in front of Sony and Vizio and just scream, no more TV, no more live vision. So when you're looking at this, make sure that you pay very close attention to these sex-selling videos, skinny-ass Hugh Hefner hoes. They got our youth, the minds blown. They got the kids coming out with t-shirt and their panties on. Our 12-year-old girls ready to get their jammy on. They got their shorts showing thighs and their shirts showing bellies, enticing the small-minded men to start a whole city and name it R. Kelly.
Come on.
Then you got these killers, the CIA. How the hell all these people die in a plane crash all in one day, but yet the government profit? The CIA, they loving the profit. But now they want to bring gloves to the profits and throw drugs at the profits. But their plans ain't working. It's like going to one of these sports games. The money is there, but sometimes the players and fans just ain't worth it. It's time to grow, shine and blow. I'm on the grind, it shows. Been the same in the game. Been writing these poems for probably 30 years. Never changed in the game. My mind is ready for a change. It's time to absorb the pain and weather these whips of leather strain that's lashing the backs of my ancestors. In a world where in our community, our black men is labeled as Chester molesters, but I bless the mic like God do the population. Stop the hate, and my style's hot and blatant. Stop the faking, this money spots in the making. Right in your own community. Community, because we're going to love to see you. We all need you. Tell me, have you ever felt like you were by yourself? Accepting those gifts you know that you could buy yourself. And while you're telling me don't give up, you don't even try yourself, but you're giving me a stay true speech, and all you do is lie yourself. Thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate that. That's what's up.
Y'all give it up again for Spokenwordz. The mic is hot. I'm almost nervous to stand up here for too long. We gonna keep this thing going. Y'all all right? Yeah. Everybody feeling good? Yeah. Okay, I'm so glad because this feels good to me to have all of these phenomenal individuals sharing the mic. I'm going to bring the next artist up to the stage. He wrote this little short bio. Chicago-born, North Minneapolis raised, foundational Black American poet and author. DNIC says the quiet parts as loud as possible. I love this young brother. I have watched and watched him grow and be shaped and groomed by our community like a song flung up to heaven. He is definitely amazing. Please put your hands together for DNIC. And clap him all the way to the stage.
I want to slow down so y'all can keep clapping for a little longer. You feel me? All right, for those of y'all that don't know me, my name is DNIC. I am the co-founder of Mag House. Yeah, we brought gangbanging and poetry a long time ago. Man, it's that time. I'm about to hurt some feelings too. So bear with me. You figured there we go. It's the Superman shirt. Gangbang poetry. All right, so sit this. Crackers. You give them the whipping, they crack it. They was just doing their jobs, taking their order from master that made them a cracker. It ain't about whiteness or blackness. See, it's about your thoughts and your actions. When you see injustices happening, bro, don't be a cracker. You give them the whipping, they crack it. They was just doing their jobs, taking their orders from master that made them a cracker. It ain't about whiteness or blackness. See, it's about your thoughts and your actions. When you see injustices happening. But I can imagine the pain and fathom having to inhabit a cave to need protection from the snow and the rain, Not to mention from the sun and his rays, stomach growling, ain't nothing in days. The wolves howling, looking at you like prey. Can't trust your own people, nobody's safe. Of course, that's gonna shape the way you behave. From the top of mountain came an avalanche of hate, a homicidal race of pale-complected apes who came to pillage, rape, infect, and infiltrate, divide and denigrate, and that's gonna seal their fate. Of course, they hide the truth and lie right in your face. Get you as a youth, then indoctrinate. Hook you on the drug, doctors say it's safe, side effect is death. What did cracker say? Dylan don't write on the wall. Dylan don't hit because hitting is wrong. Dylan don't spit on your mom. Now you in timeout, face the wall. See, this situation is flawed.
Come on.
The parent-child dynamic is off, and this how you turn it back on. There must be consequences when you wrong. Basically, you need to beat Dylan ass. Not too often, just when he being bad. That prevents Dylan from being the Nas that one day just snaps and shoots up the class. Far too often, they get Dylan the badge, put him in cities where niggas is at. And he only know us from TV and rap, and we can agree that that image is trash, so crack. Crack.
Come on.
Give you the whip, just don't crack.
Come on.
Please don't just do your jobs. You just taking the order from mass. Oh, don't be a cracker. Cracker. It ain't about white or black. It's about your thoughts and your actions. When you see injustices happen, bro, don't be a cracker. That's one. That one was something right, because I used the word a lot. People was like, man, why would you even say something like that? You can't be putting in your bars. I'm like, fuck you, yes I will. I'm like, double, triple, quadruple down and make a song about it. And then I was like, you know what? This beat is not good enough. I need to slow it down. So slow it down. Just kiss you. All right, I'm gonna get into another piece. How much time I got?
About 8 minutes.
I bet duly noted. I said, what if the world that you was living in is part of the matrix? What if some people took your history and then rearranged it? What if they murdered all of your heroes in front of your faces and even killed their own kind just for trying to change it? See, that's evil, that's hatred. Them demons is dangerous. So I stay out the way, they lock us in cages, then do the same shit. If they get away, it's bigger than races. They ain't gotta say it. We see the look on their face. We work like slaves for these wages because we know these bills got to be paid. That's why they kill us in the streets, put it on TV,
Come on.
take their kids to eat, go home and go to sleep,
What?
wake up in the morning, do it on repeat, and they go to church every motherfucking week. I said, they kill us in the street, put it on TV, take their kids to eat, go home, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, do it on repeat, and they go to church every fucking week. I wonder who they pray to when they on their knees. Do they pray for me or just pray on week? Do they see a man? Do they see a beast? If not family, I wonder what they see. Because self-hatred be in everything we see, even in the food and everything we drink. Make the hate crime, put it to a beat, give it to the kids who don't know what it means. Teach them how to kill before they even teens. Trapped in the mind, trapped in the streets, trapped like a rat, get released. Don't rat, trap, cycle still complete. They'll never set you free, not till you're deceased. Can't take a stand, better not take a knee. Let you play with balls, tell you not to speak. Don't that sound exactly like a Catholic priest? See, they know Jesus was at least as black as me, but from you they hide it. And you can search the whole globe, but until you search your own soul, or you ain't gonna find it, because we just diamonds. And that's a brick of coal that held the globe and didn't fold, absorbed the heat within the globe and came out stronger than before. And that's what make us niggas, bro. We kings and queens, not pimps and hoes. So adjust your crown and don't put your head down no more.
Come on.
Cause what if God was one of us? Just from the slums like one of us. Hustling, getting it out the mud just like one of us. Heartbroken from being in love just like one of us. Said, what if God was one of us? Just from the slums like one of us. Hustling, getting it out the mud just like one of us. Heartbroken from being in love just like one of us. I figure it only sound good when I make it sound as bad as possible. Yeah. When I try to do it all melodic, it crack anyway. I might go to crack on there from the beginning. All right, I promise I'm not gonna just be way down here in the depths for too long. We're gonna lighten it up a little bit, just a tiny bit.
Tony said, do what you want.
4 minutes or less.
Hey, if you do it right, it don't gotta take long. Church.
Give him 3:30.
All right, look, check me out. See it. I wake up to this song every day. It says, when I play music, I'm just singing for y'all. All right, y'all ready?
You ready?
So I'm visualizing this shit out because every morning I hear the bells going off. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's time to wake up. So the bells and whistles is kicking, it's great. So I said, I woke up focused on winning. I'm about to go out and get it. I got my mind on my business. Oh, what a wonderful feeling it is because I woke up focused on winning. I'm about to go out and get it. I got my mind on my business. Oh, what a wonderful feeling, man. So who is in charge when you're not in charge? Who will determine your outcome? What is your strategy? What is your plan? Or are you living without one? Tell me about your dreams, hopes, scams, and schemes, because I know everyone has some. Even if you don't, please don't give up hope, because I'm going to tell you what I've done. See, I took rapping from a casual habit to practicing the art and craft till I mastered it. Started macking with the greatest poets on the planet. MCs, singers, engineers, and dancers. 10 years later, now I got the answers. I was in the hole, then we built the ladder. Filled with the team, then built a platform. These money tree seeds, you should plant one. Okay. Free money, I got some. Free game, you can have some. I'll let you in on the secrets. This the law of attraction. The movement was built in attraction. In me, I had faith that it happened. So you can just study my actions and then put them all into practice. I wake up focused on winning. I'm about to go out and get it. I got my mind on my business. Oh, what a wonderful feeling it is because I woke up focused on winning. I'm about to go out and get it. Yeah, I got my mind on my business. Oh, what a wonderful feeling. Is anything possible? Hold your head up and go face your obstacles. Yeah, I know they've been plotting on stopping you. Overcoming it might seem improbable, but there's a God in you. Check out the follicles of your hair. That's a crown growing out of you. And instead of remind all your molecules, you're the heir to the throne that God got for you. And all you gotta do is believe it, think it, dream it, breathe it, speak it, be it, see it, teach it to the kids so they repeat it, write it down and keep it, find out who your team is, sit down, have a meeting, plan it to completion. Once you find the thing that you were seeking, leak it, because the crackers gonna delete it, CD, MP3, and USB it, and give it to your people because they need it. And I woke up focused on greatness. Victory mine for the taking. Yeah. This history in the making. Yeah. I feel so blessed, it's amazing. Yeah. I'm a living illustration. I use you for motivation. I know that love is contagious. Don't fight the feeling, embrace it. Cause I woke up focused on winning. And I'm about to go out and get it. I got my mind on my business. Oh, what a wonderful feeling it is because I woke up focused on winning. I'm about to go out and get it. I got my mind on my business. Oh, what a wonderful feeling. You need to keep thinking and waking up. If you ain't talking real, what you faking for? You do not gotta copy and paste it, bro. Just remember, they hate us because they ain't us. Do your best, be your own individual. Hustle hard, make your profit residual. Monitor all your money and minerals, because your health is your wealth, and that's critical. Don't let it get to you. I know that stressing be killing you. I swear to God, I'll be feeling you. It's not just physical. Most of that pain is intrinsical. Worse when your brain playing tricks on you. Don't suffer for what you don't understand. You plan to fail if you don't make a plan. Times of the essence, that time is at hand. Staying aware will keep you out that jam, but take you a second and play back your life in your mind. What of your time? Have you been steering it in the direction distress and aggression take you for a ride? Now open your eyes. Look at the cadence design strategically placed in your mind. I know you ain't blind. You see they don't want us to thrive. They barely want us alive, but yet we survive. Rise above, become divine. Bright as the sun in the sky. That's just how we shine. And they come from the inside. We don't gotta look in the sky. So ask yourself why. What are they trying to hide? Why do they want us to die? And who are the they that I'm talking about when I say that they do this to us all the time? I swear to God, I woke up focused on winning. I'm about to go out and get it. I got my mind on my business. Oh, what a wonderful feeling it is. Because I woke up focused on winning. I'm about to go out and get it. I got my mind on my business. Oh, what a wonderful feeling mine is. All right. Make some more noise one more time for Mag House. The Mag House.
Y'all give it up again for DNIC. For those of y'all who don't know what MAC House is, it's Mastering the Art of Communication.
Oh, we are.
Yes, they are. They are. I am proud to say that I was part of raising those young brothers.
That's the facts.
I will say that proudly. I am partially responsible for their energy because they give the true of themselves. Will the Real Bell, and I have to speak to him, Def Poetry Jam poet, rest his power in poetry, told me once that when you are getting up on stage, if you are not nervous and you do not feel it in the pit of your soul of souls, then you are not giving the true of yourself. So you have to give the true of yourself when you're delivering this poetry, because you say what other people are thinking. A lot of times they don't have the courage to get up here and speak it, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't need to come out, you know? And so this is a very sacred space. This is a safe space. This is a very vulnerable space. It's a true space. And Black History, we're here to basically articulate the things that we know and feel that are indicative of being Black, you know, and what it means to be young, gifted, and Black right here in America. And that's important. It is, you know, Nina Simone, right? It's very crucial in these times, especially where we're examining our mental health, our social and emotional well-being, and who we are in these spaces and what have you. And then I want you to keep in mind this one thing. It's really small, but it's really big at the same time. Black and white only exist here in America. It doesn't exist anywhere else. Because if you were a white person from Cape Town, South Africa, you would be a South African. If you were from, seriously, this is the only place where Black and white exists, where we need to have a month to commemorate and have the freedom to be able to exercise. And it started off with a week, right? Started off with a week, barely started with a day. Some places and cities still here, even in the state of Minnesota, don't even acknowledge it, okay? There's kids that live in Cottage Grove whose parents have called and said, what are you guys doing for Black History Month? And they said, why do you get a month? For what? What is that? What is that? You get a month for what? To celebrate what? But where we have to ask for permissions to write to Congress and legislation for people who have stripped us of our power and authority or identity, right? To just be who we are in our exactness, because that's been outlawed for so long. To just stand up and say, I'm proud to be who I am. It's not nothing I can take off. I can't change it behind closed doors and decide that this is who I want to sleep with or be with or whatever. I wake up every day, thrive and survive Black. And that's important. It's really important. And I think that people need to keep that in mind, but also keep in mind the fact that Black and white only exists here in America. It's the only place that it exists. So we gotta, check your cousins. Get your folks in check. You know what I'm saying? Get your cousins, right? If they got a problem with it and understanding and accepting if somebody has to write a law and put it into place for you to treat somebody with decency and respect, get your cousins in check. Because first of all, we're human. That's it. I eat, sleep, breathe, piss, shit the same way that everybody else does. And that's important. You know what I'm saying? I put on my pants one leg at a time and sometimes jump to get it up over these hips just like everybody else, okay? Because you know they was a little size too small. You know it was, okay? Try it out, right?
I'm dead.
Right? It's all human. It's human things, And that's important to remember. So I just wanted to say that I am going to bring the next artist to the stage. This sister, we're gonna bring some more feminine energy back. Her name is Star Child. Her name is Nikita, but tonight she is Star Child. She is a poet. She's writing and advocating for sexual assault survivors. She loves being a voice and a creative vessel for those searching for their voice. That's important. She is from Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and she is for everybody that somebody is searching for. You all put your hands together for Star Child.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing tonight?
All right.
It's the fall for me. I know, right? Yes, I have to go through my wardrobe of wigs for this one. But I'm so excited to be here with you guys tonight. This is a really blessed opportunity for me. I'm on a new journey of just getting into my poetry and being able to speak without lyrics. Speak without instrumental, because usually I have some music playing in the background. But I just want you guys to enjoy this. And can I get a Mac House before we get started? Mac House! All right. This first poem is called Black Girl Magic. Oh, sweet Black Girl Magic, your beauty shines through like sparkles in the dark. Your spirit so strong and your confidence so grand. Your courage helps us stand and your grace makes us complete. We speak the power that you possess. Your presence brings joy, so free, so blessed. Your courage and determination to strive makes us feel so proud to be alive. You are a divine queen of souls, our pride and joy, our shining star. Your beauty is a reminder that there is good. You're a perfect example of Black girl magic. This piece is called Resilience. Resilience. We are a people of resilience who have stood through the ages, navigating a sea of adversities and weathering the passing of time. Our history is a testament of strength and the courage of pride and tenacity. A narrative of people who have preserved in a land that often denied our equalities. Through times of sorrow and joy, we marched, we spoke, we loved, created a legacy that was unbreakable and a culture that was enriched. We are a people of resilience with a story that should never be forgotten. And for it is through our struggles and our triumphs that we have found our freedom. We are a people of resilience. This is my favorite. This is called This Is Me. I'm a black girl, rock a black fist. I'm powerful, an empress. I embody pride, almond eyes, shea butter brown, melanin, my skin, my comfortable skin that I'm in. I walk with my head held high, and I walk with my head held high. This is me, braids, cornrows, afro puffs, pixie cuts, finger waves, plenty of styles in many ways. My crown is beauty. Born in rhythm, always on beat, whether it's hip hop or downright country. I am everything and everything is me. This is me. Thank you.
Y'all give it up again for Star Child. How y'all doing? Y'all all right? I'm a close out. I know I opened up with a piece. Can I close out with a piece? Is that okay? Yeah. All right, because we're gonna have Tony come up to the mic and then we're going to start our open mic. I want you guys to give a warm round of applause for Tony and for Cypress Brewery and Poets and Pints and all of the wonderful Cracked Walnut for having us here in this space. Cypress Brewery for hosting this time and time again because this is needed. And I don't know if you guys know that we lost a lot of places like this during the course of the pandemic. So it's good to be able to find a space and be in a space where we can still have open artistic expression. This piece is entitled, Now We're Here. America wrote us a check, marked insufficient funds, and we went and cashed it, being money hungry, buying into dreams that turn nightmare, forgetting creativity. See, we are 12 years past the 300 mark of the end of 1712 Willie Lynch gang over. And I don't know about you, but my marching is over. See, I gave you this front line one last time, and no longer will I continue to put my life on the front line for all who ain't ready to go. See, what I'm trying to let you know through this poem is it's time to let go and move on. Understanding that the only thing that bounds us to this planet is our creativity. No longer will I hold out my hand for what someone else says they're going to give me. I'm standing for my worth. I am my own reciprocity. Because the only way that you can believe that your freedom has been taken is to believe you have given up something of inseparable value. And so today, I give you your mind back. You better have the ability to think independently and work together for respect through community accountability, where you do what's right just because the fuck it's right. Not justified by a system made up of unjustified efforts. It was never our need to be included within a system that persecutes its victims for wanting to be needed. So today, I challenge you to know how to need yourself. We only become stagnated in growth when we let someone place scales on our backside to see how heavy and burdened we are. Or we use slave-made statements like, I can't believe I made it this far. No longer will I allow systems to give you a measureless mind. You're only late when you deal in time. Deal with in word, sound, power. You have to know how to speak with an authoritative dictation to produce a God confirmation, because some call that prayer. We have to go back to our native tongue. And it doesn't have to be a language that others can't understand because our conditions are urgent. We need all who are ready, willing, and able to stop buying into these fables because our lives are on the table. And whether you recognize it or not, it's not a dream, it's a wake up. See, our solution is no excuses, because then you can't go and create your own nooses. You only feel stuck and bound because you've gotten used to doing unnatural things. Stop sitting in front of the Joker waiting to see what the next punchline is going to bring, that is, we are kings and queens. Otherwise, the next generation is going to have to prepare for the hell we're going to bring if we don't get it right this time. How How long are we going to request? Who said that our knuckles have to be bare-boned and beaten from beating on doors that was locked for a reason? Not meant to keep us out, but meant to keep that bullshit in. See, doors work two ways. We were designed winners through conception. And we didn't walk or march, we swam. So I want to remove that bottom of the sea mentality. See you born producing what you're meant to be through creativity. We've always been guided by light because we attract that in which we are. And we've already moved well enough through the darkness. So mine and your position is really not that hard because there's nothing out here being produced or reproduced out of what wasn't already here. So how can you let anything get in your way or even care when you're limitless? Now we're here. Thank you. Tony, Crack Walnut, Country Poetry.
Keep going for Pearll. So as I mentioned at the top of the show, we're part of the League of Minnesota Poets, which is a nonprofit, which we live off of donations. So it is a free show. You're not required to put any money in the box. And if you don't have cash, like I said, there's table tents on all the tables. You can scan the QR code on the top and donate that way if you like. Otherwise, I'm gonna pass this around. Put something in it if you can. If you can't, no big deal. And we'll come back in about 10 minutes to do some open mics. So bathrooms are through that door. Put your used dishes in one of those 2 bus bins back there, please. And come back in 10 minutes. Here you go. Just one.
He's filming you back there, sweetie.
Yeah.
Turn your chair back around, River.
Right where you are.
You
You
good?
can go anywhere.
There you go.
There's a mic right there. And I put you on.
Oh, I'm on TV.
Yeah. YouTube, close enough.
Okay. I thought about doing this one poem, but I couldn't find it because it was something I wrote for Standing Rock and it just didn't fitting. But I'm gonna do one that is it's a night of jazz mixed with bits of poetry.
Come on.
Begins with the deep notes of the horn, drifting the streets and wait. For the whispering sax to rise from the staircase of brownstone. He follows the sounds of jazz to a door of ancient weight, marked with carvings of time and place. The door opens to a dimly lit room, smoke laced with a bourbon scent. 50 years, times pass. He's been gone from his tavern of jazz, where musicians blend in the walls that know the notes they jam all night in Colombian haze. He watches her move from the shadows and is caught by her brown eyes, and how he knows she is the poet they say, flew amidst a river of words and carved couplets in stone. He bends down to get up, and she's gone. Only a white feather floats down to the sounds of jazz.
Y'all give it up again for River. I love jazz. I need another number 1 through 10. We just said 7.
You don't have to start at the top. Just come from wherever you want.
Okay. So then let's go with Joey. Joey, where you at?
All the way over here.
Come on, Joey. Clap Joey all the way to the stage. Come on, Joey. Looking fly. Look at you. Come on through, Joey.
I'm covered in fabric.
That's all right.
This one is like about my relationship with nostalgia. I grew up in '92, so a lot of my nostalgia has to do with the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if I say something and you have no idea what I'm talking about, just assume it's about like a Mario or whatever. And then the words came. And with the words came the pain and the hurt from the first grade. Let's go back to the old days. I was playing games all alone for the whole day, talking with Z-Target for the sword play. It might rot your whole brain, staring into that big, bright box from Chords Link. You spent forever trying to make your own way just to find an 8-legged skull hanging in the doorway? No way. That's not me. My grandma had a strategy guide for every game she passed on to me. I used to play in the completed save files to spin bars by the tail until my palms would bleed. You see, them little cards of data, they did a lot for me. In Ocarina of Time, I was taught to read. I could write down the words. I was too shy to speak. When I was wide asleep and couldn't find a dream, they never lied to me. Every puzzle you found had a solution. You always had the tools on hand to do it. Each dungeon had a conclusion. You could solve them for progress. That's a lifelong process. It's one more step towards your final bosses. You stand at the top of the spiral stairs of that tower. You stare at that last door and your mind just wanders. Now, take a long time to process. This is levels of apprehension that you can't find often. As a young fat boy, you act quite awkward, a crack voice with bad choices and posture. Sad often. Feeling like I'm one bad class from the coffin. The teacher stands back for another mean comment. Just watches. Why do I feel like the only one who feels awful? I spent most of my life just hoping I could find a way that I would outthink my mind. I think I wasted my time. That's all.
Woo! Come on, Joey. Y'all give it up again for Joey. 1 through 9. 1 through 9. 5. Let's give it up for Thomas. Yes. Thomas, where you at? Come through. Clap them all the way to the stage, y'all.
Broken smile. Never wore braces. As a kid, saw them on the faces of friends I had, and I laughed a crooked laugh. I often look back at photographs I was asked to smile in and can only think of how I always hated life. I waited for the night. Grinding my teeth reminded me of tracing a misplaced fire, trying so hard to be a radiant smile, hating it, serrated my teeth away at the very least to say I did not want them anymore. Once I slammed my fist into a door, it was my father's. Once I fell in love with the song Smile by Idea just because he fucking hated it. You know, how I can only build if I tear the walls down. Some things always stay the same.
Take your time. Come on.
Peeling flesh out of my teeth with pieces of wood, then biting wood out of my hand's flesh like a door I could not knock down. My dentist said I grind my teeth like I have PTSD. Therapist said I should stop making up conversations with people. Okay, I've never actually met either of them. It is less expensive simply not to smile, more expressive too. Don't you hate how after everything they do, they expect you just to smile like you did it right? Well, I didn't. I relinquished my defensive spite for lust like magnets at the corners of my jaw. I cannot seem to warn her at all. I will only smile in the dark. At night, when all the lights are off, never accidentally like a cough, except for how I am constantly sick of it. Isn't it odd that we ought to be liquorless, like how commonly watery fingertips save the boulder hanging over a sinking cliff with the same shoulder and the same rock? Great gods, Sisyphus replaced atop the hill. Once I fell in love. And when she fell asleep, I smiled as if I never had before, the same way I do with our son. Once I fell in love with the song Smile by Tupac, just because I loved it. You know? Doubt I'll fall in love again. But if I do, when we kiss, they had better feel the gaps in my jagged teeth and smile back at me.
All right. Four. All right. Let's give it up for Nick Thiessen. Nick, where you at? Where you at, Nick? Clap them all the way to the stage.
Hey, just wondering to honor everything that's already been said here tonight. It's, my relationship with this poem is a little bit awkward. I actually reworked it this morning, but I think it's got a lot of massaging left to do on me. But it wanted to be read tonight. So it's called Wholeness is Broken. Grief's dark seed of ripened bloom, the split of severing holes. Going with grace's discord to speak with the one known only prior to word. Your long cry shepherd spells to the outside land of the interior dream in God's timeless exhale. This open current blesses all it touches, and nothing untouched remains. Laughing grief graces all. You've heard it. You've heard it. Divorced from your own words You can speak only in riddles who know your name. Yet their names remain native to mystery. To be lost is to become. To be lost is to become. Your name is the discovery you make on your journey home, that orient of exile from the fatigued life of normality. Brokenness, your smallness's experience of wholeness. Brokenness is your smallness's experience of wholeness. And grief, the remembrance of what hasn't been. The realization of death's accompaniment to your every moment. The outbreath of self knowing itself. Grief is the love-making of becoming. Understanding gets in the way of believing, and believing gets in the way of knowing, and knowing gets in the way of not knowing, and not knowing gets in the way of everything you hold dear. If home keeps you from being lost, it's not home. You're meant to question this. Time has a way of making everything into everything else. The great rearrangement. Birth woven with itself becomes seed of grief, flowering to mystery.
Y'all give it up again for me. Who got my next number? Who got my next number? 3. Barry? Come on, Barry. Clap them all the way to the stage.
Well, you can hardly see anything from up here. It's just really bright. And I also think this was a wonderful evening. Really, I am impressed by spoken word to no end. Now, I have not memorized my poem because I wrote it yesterday.
All right.
And it should be pretty simple to understand, though. Abracadabra. It is raining on a February morning, and drops are plopping on the melting ice. And upon the piles of accumulated snow to mar its pristine quality, breaking the spell of winter with the plunking of the drips of water cascading in rills pell-mell on the streets, and in places there are bits of exposed grass taking sips of the rain. As the horizon is misty, the sky is gray and gloomy, and the trees remain barren and supplicating to my eye, as this is a saturated, soggy mess, astoundingly sloppy and soppy.
Thank you so much, Barry, because we are having a this is a Minnesota weird February weather, okay? Right? Usually it's like no skin exposed. Don't go outside with your skin exposed. In February, this is weird. Okay. Give me another number. 9. Let's get Christopher on up here. Christopher, where you at?
Hi, everybody. All right. This is Lawn Chair Larry. Hold the giggles. Why do I recall the man in the sky sitting in a lawn chair strapped to 45 helium-filled weather balloons 15,000 feet above San Pedro? Is it because, like him, I'm stuck but want to go long distances? Or because he brought a cooler of iced beer and a pellet gun to get down with? How does one react to the fact of a man waving at planes as he passes through the primary approach corridor of the Long Beach airport? There's something to throwing caution to the wind, taking drastic action,
like asking your friends to release you from the burden of the world. A man can't just sit around. After all, his backyard is as good a place as any to launch himself into space, even if he causes blackouts when he crashes. And hey, nobody gets hurt until later, when he drives to the Angeles National Forest and shoots himself in the heart. No wonder I'm suspended in the atmosphere of him. Thank you.
So, as Pearl said, she eats shit, pisses like the rest of us. She had to go down. Give me a number.
2-1.
Francis.
All the way to the stage.
I just want to say thank you because I was really insecure about wearing this dress. I just bought it, never wore it, and then I feel just so free to be myself and like, fuck it, I'm gonna wear it. I brought a coat and I am not wearing that coat. So, all right, I'm just gonna read the first one that's on top here. It's called Maps. His eyes are a burning kindness. I look and only glance away and counted breaks, hoping not to reveal what I can't control. But I want to map out this hungry desire for only to love. This is different than a pleading to comfort a man's needs. This is my own heart, stumbling from the depths of these feelings, as if its eyes were a galaxy I was always meant to hold. As if destiny had a place in truth. I still get nervous as I lose sight of my warships, my heart fully in the sweetest madness, when we passionately enter our bodies as one, with arrived hope and answered prayer. That's for Joe, he's not here.
Y'all give it up again for Francis. Okay. 1, 3, 1 and 3, 2.5. Let's give it up for Allie. Maybe. Allie, where you at? Come on, girl.
I put maybe because I wasn't exactly sure if I was feeling it tonight. So I'm going to read something from a favorite poet of mine. His name is Dan Smith, and this is Seatbelt Hands. Well, she's the kind of lady that calls everybody baby. Honey, sugar, sweetie. She's always making friends, and she keeps us all locked outside her thick leather skin. She always starts with a smile. It's small and butter yellow, easier than a handshake. She doesn't like her hands touched. She tans a lot, gets burnt a lot, smoking through the cartons, but she gets put out so much she's considered a bargain. She was born on the 4th of July. Hand on her heart, loves America and being patronized, but no one ever told her to guard her heart. She was an angel for Halloween once, but never again, and for Christmas every year she's haunted by demons. They always tell her they love her. She used to believe in innocence until she lost it and spent a long summer riding trains. She has cats and collector plates to keep her sane, watching TV in her favorite chair, both of which are rented. She's alone, surrounds herself with loners. Her life is on a loan, lent out to anyone who will own her, waiting for the night to sweep her off her feet while she mops the bathroom floor, hoping for a winning ticket or a man to treat her right. But both are a gamble, and she's been a loser all her life. And if she had a nickel for every time she's been punched and kicked, she put it together with some camel cash and try to buy some happiness. They always tell her they love her, but then they take something from her.
Okay. Give it up again for Allie, maybe. Allie, you did that. Ain't no maybe behind you. Okay. Where we go? 6. Megu. Did I say that right? Mugu. Mugu. Come on. Oh, yeah, I'm with you. You're my mother, yeah. Okay. That's good. I'm sorry.
What an amazing evening. I'm so glad I'm here today.
Yeah.
Thank you. Very inspirational. I'm super excited to read this one because I wrote this just this past weekend and after a long time, almost 8 months, I'm very excited. It's a ghazal. It's called Road. Street lights shaped like question marks ask me, why such fondness to this road? All those exits you passed, what town do you seek on this endless road? She kept saying she lives few miles further than what far is to me. Oh, to drown in a warm mirage, I'll drive on this hopeless road. White cop gives me ticket for speeding. Black cop warns me not to rush. I rush to live. Hawks seek my carcass later on this heartless road. The full moon skinny dips in the lake. My spirit disrobes to join. She desires to dance with us, yet cocoons with a virtuous road. So many on this road tonight, I marvel, on their own journeys, devouring distances, nipping naysayers on this fearless road. Some crash, pause to heal. Maps suggest a detour to arrive faster. I must never fear the detours. All lead to her, these countless roads. What must she hold in a bosom that I so obsess with and crave? What wand that will free me, burn me, feed me to this ravenous road? I am the sum of all roads I chose to leave and those I travel by. I alone hold the keys to my problems. Why blame you, hapless road? Thank you.
Give it up again for Mogu. All right. We got like 2 people left on this lovely list. 1 or 2? 1 or 2? 1 or 2? 1?
No.
Let's give it up for Jessie Marie. Come on, Jessie. Jessie got on this fly shirt that she said was made with the smallest buttons known to man, but she got it started. You got it started.
One though.
Only that's like, hey, every great journey begins with the first step. You got this, girl.
Literally the worst button holder in the news ever. All right, I'm gonna read this poem because, well, first of all, I don't memorize anything, and I don't know how you guys do it. You guys are amazing.
Right?
I have 3 kids. How do you memorize anything? 4. 4. That's right. 4. I have 4 kids. One of them's invisible, and I forget that I have the 4th one. I'm gonna read this for a couple of reasons. I love it, Dralandra, when you read that poem and you talk about being a healer, because I'm a healer. I'm healing my generational trauma. I'm the black sheep of my family.
Come on.
I think most poets are. This month was the 14th death anniversary of my mother. So I'm grieving that. I get nervous as hell when I read this poem. And I'm a narrative poet, so I write about my life. And this is also about self-love, and we just had Valentine's, so who doesn't love self-love?
Come on.
So, all right. And then, also I'm reading it because who doesn't love the song I Am Here by Pink? And if you haven't listened to it, yeah. So I titled this poem before she had that song out. Okay. It's called I Am Here. I am here. I came into this world anxious. I guess that's what happens when you are born to a mother addicted to heroin. Nothing is clean. The world is an extra scary place. All the lives that came before me didn't get it right, so they had to try one more time. On December 2nd, 1981, at 5:41 in the morning, the universe got me. I wasn't placed at my mother's breast. I was brought to where babies go to detox. You see, that's why I've already been accustomed to the heart palpitation, trembling, nerves on edge, crying, unsteady foundation that has been following me around from the beginning. A linear path, a few curveballs thrown in, and a winding road, but my wild soul decided that it was time to get off path. It took 40 years to see the lesson, to understand that the goal of life is to dig, to look into the dark places and crack them open so that the light filters out. It is to share those places and those pieces with others to help them see that the light that is in you is also in them. The purpose is to heal and to expand, so that when you say that you loved, you can say that you did so with your whole heart. It is to let go of what gets put here to hurt us or to heal us, and to know that we may not get to keep it or them, and that is okay. It is to break, and to break, and to break, and to break again, but not to forget to rebuild yourself each time with more power and more grace than before. I am here doing the work that wasn't done before. I am healing my family lineage. I am healing my heart, my soul, and I am no longer chasing after the things I thought that I deserved. And just because life has been unfair or unkind, I have not. This is my journey. This is my work. I seek peace to understand, and in my knowing, I am becoming still. The love that I sought out there was in here. It just took a while to find her, to love her, to claim her, to give her a home and call her mine.
Y'all give it up again for Jessie Marie. So before I call the last poet up to the mic, because he is absolutely phenomenal, and I want you guys to know that, I want you guys to give it a round of applause for yourself again, and give a round of applause for Cracked Walnut, Poetry and Pints. We're here every month. This is a wonderful thing. Please support it. Please come back. Please do that again and again and again and again and again. Every month it features something different, and it's great. You can't go wrong. You can only come right if you come in here. It's a great space. It's intimate. It's safe. It's sacred. It's good. Can I share one last piece with you all?
Yeah.
Okay. This is entitled The Omega, and I'm going to do this to introduce the last poet. I am the Omega, unconsumed and unspent. The undepleted breath when words find your chest, the final place you'll rest. I am the 7, complete and well-rested. What's given and tested, pure and manifested. I am indisposable. I am a choice, but not choosable. A place you wish you could go. So deep, I must be indigo. I am flight without the measure of height, and I am power without force. And just when you think you finished, I am your main course. I am nappy roots without dreads, what balances the guardians, and when fasting, I'm what's fed. I am that unstressed vow that helps you focus, the question to your answer that gives you a purpose. I am the bass and the trombone in your blues song. I am the mud after the rain, mixing the beauty of pleasure and pain. I am the praise in your dance and the possibility that waits in romance. You see, the reason why this cage bird sings is because I am the only joy that life can bring. I am the sweet in sun-ripened tea, the divine reflection that makes you and I we. Casting as far as the sun's bright rays, I'm the good that happens on your worst days. I am your darkness in the center of light. I am your wrong that makes love right. I'm the warm rush from cool air, the connection and touch that makes us complete. and the rhythm in dance without the presence of a beat. I am the definitive work of a song yet to be sung. And just when you think this Omega is finished, you've only just begun. Thank you. I'm a former slam poet, so my shit be quick and to the point. I'm gonna give it up for our closing poet, our one and only Tony.
About to go up.
Microphones are bullshit. All right. Some of you heard this one before, but I like it. It's called White Noise.
Come on.
It's 11:37. It's close to midnight, and the TV's on for noise, but it's white noise. It's not white noise. It doesn't fade into the background as we drift to sleep. Shit, maybe it is white noise. It will keep making itself known, periodically waking you up to tell you it's there in some suppressed, repressed, racist way, and racist people make me sick. I've made myself sick. I've raced people where the finish line had room for one. I've made comments that were sharpened on the stones that were thrown in the past at people who passed by me on a lunch break or a funeral march. I don't know. I'm not without guilt. I'm guilty of hanging around. I'm not looking for a jury to hang me. I don't want to be a picture on your wall, the picture of found morality. I'm not that far along. Really. I have headphones on and I'm listening to black music so I don't hear the buzz, jamming out as I work on projects that are apropos of nothing, like myself. I'm still searching for parts to fix this machine, the one I was handed, the one with hands and everything and deserving of barely any of it. What I deserved was probably already given to me. I used it and threw it away. I'm sure I missed the basket. It was balled up and someone who wished they could have had a shred of that had the job of properly disposing of it. This planet is fucking stupid. I'm saying that from a good place. It's fucking stupid. There are hundreds of miles of food growing in the ground, and there are people who fantasize about the last meal they ate because it was the last meal they ate, and it was days ago. People who cry at night because of daylight or where scars are created and shown. Meanwhile, my white ass is ranting about how it sucks when your urologist is hot. Fuck. It's a whole thing. A whole thing that I have the privilege of thinking. I have many boxes checked for me every morning. Over there, wherever there is, someone is hurting because the few boxes they have left are full of bullets in the form of talking points, having to say the same shit so that the great white earth doesn't forget that they need help. They're happy to help, but they need help. They need sunshine, shelter, and a lawn, just like me. They don't want crosses burning on their lawn, just like me. Except I would think it was a prank or a mistake because my shadow doesn't know hate. It's black and abstract, like the way the world tries to categorize whole generations of people. When I'm part of generations of people who own people to make money that wasn't for the people, I can't really feel justice. I can't love the status quo, especially when the status quo has never been fair. So I stand, white and ranting because privilege catches ears where other hues are muted, pleading to nothing. Because if you're going to care, you already do.
Come on, Tony.
And if you have the right to be angry, you already are.
Come on, Tony.
The rest is just the white noise that puts so many to sleep.
Come on, Tony.
I got the right to be angry. I got the right to be angry, damn it. That's in my latest book, if you want to buy it.
So I want to thank the Black Pearll Warren for hosting tonight. Nick, that's it.
That's my sister. That's my brother. I know this.
Star Child,
I know this.
Dralandra Larkins,
I know you,
Spokenwordz.
I know you too.
This is Poets and Pints number 93. You have anything else you want to say?
No, I'm
Okay.
good. You good.
Thank you so much for coming. We're here every third Wednesday of the month. Next month will also be on the 15th because it works like that when there's only 28 days in February. I don't know if you ever noticed that. But it's also on the 15th next month. And we have a good show lined up for you. So please be here. Please come back. And again, thank you all for coming. We do have to sort of get up and go as quick as we can. We got to be done by 9. So if you have a candle on your table, if you could turn it off and bring it over here to this table here, that would be incredible. Thank you everybody for coming. Have a wonderful night.